Hi, I'm John Piper and I'm running for governor of Indiana. This video is going to be 3 minutes or so long, a little longer than my normal ones that are just 1 minute long. I'm catching a lot of flack from different congressmen and senators that won't talk to me because I use the N-word. They know why I use the N-word, and all they're really doing is protecting Mike Pence, the DOJ, and the FBI. See this behind me? That's all legit, that's all real. That's why I want to testify in front of Congress. These are the documents I have in front of me. I'm going to show you that they're upset about. This right here. Every one of these individuals knew exactly that I gave Mike Pence and the DOJ and FBI the time of day of the week, the number of kids, the color of the car, the make of the car, the color of the van, the make of the van, when and where all the sex trafficking girls were being dropped. They were bringing in all the drugs. The gangs were picking them up that night. The girls went to the rape houses, which was right behind where I lived, and I witnessed it with my own eyes. 2 doors over from my old restaurant is exactly another spot. We had the police involved on a regular basis. Our state reps are involved. We went to FBI headquarters twice. You know why? Because the FBI put this banner up right here. And then they told me, you have to bring your evidence out to FBI headquarters. So I did. Twice. The FBI threw me out both times. It's all on my website. You can't deny the FBI did it. The second time I went to FBI with the times, dates, locations, the neighbors that saw it, because there were 5 houses that looked out. Somebody had moved the house onto a vacant lot. We saw all the kids coming. We saw the drugs coming. We saw the gangs coming. We reported to the FBI because they demanded to see it. I demanded when I went out to FBI headquarters to be polygraphed, to be put on videotape. They refused. I asked Mike Pence for the same thing. Remember, Pence and I have met 3 times over this, 2009, 2012, 2016. Yes, Mike Pence knew exactly where all the sex and drug trafficking was going on. Can't make this crap up. Everybody else is mad that I put this in about our local media. It's all true. See these guys here? Governor, Attorney General? They knew exactly the same information I gave to Mike Pence. I asked them to polygraph me, put me on videotape, go speak to all my neighbors. They all refused. To this very day, I've closed down 2 sex trafficking, drug trafficking operations. I saved, according to the DEA that brings their pet canine units into my hospital, I've saved over 300 children's lives. I've closed down 2 of the sex trafficking operations. They had 1 that they closed during Operation Legend. Donald Trump sent 57 federal agents to Indiana. They followed my blueprint, watched the drug deal go down. They followed the drug dealers back. They raided the house. They found 18 Mexican drug cartel figures. They found over 24 illegal high-powered weapons, over 10 pounds of cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. And then what did they find? 9 sex trafficking little girls in the back room that brought all the drugs in. And for those of you who don't know, the modern day drug mule is the sex trafficking little girl. On the border, they call them gotaways. In the old days, they used to call them drug traffickers. Now, the Democrats and the media have softened everything and said, oh no, they're just gotaways. That's who's bringing in the drugs. Channel 8, right here, is the only channel in town to look at my information and get back to me. Every one of these television and radio shows have my stuff. They all have it. They're all protecting Mike Pence. Channel 8, right here, Wish TV. They did the full story, the 31-day roundup that the FBI had here. By the way, the FBI only found in that raid 4 children, all Hoosier runaways. Now, 1 was an illegal. When I told the FBI agent out there, you've got to go get the illegal, she goes, we have no knowledge of that. The hell are you talking about? Channel 8 got back to me. I don't know if you can read this, but I'll read it to you myself. We're a local news organization. This story outmodes our capabilities at present, especially in the pandemic. Would you like your documents back, or can we dispose of them? They received everything that you're going to look at on my website. Everybody's mad because I used this word. I got news for you. It's a horrible word. It's despicable. It's horrifying. But it's not the worst word in the world. You know what the worst word in the whole world is? Cancer. When you have to look in that doctor's eye and he says, to your wife, you have cancer. My wife had Hodgkin's lymphoma, the worst word you've ever heard. I can relate cancer to the drug epidemic. These kids are brought in, they're smuggling in all the drugs go immediately to the inner city. We know the African American child is the #1 user of these narcotics, deliberately and intentionally. Mike Pence, Eric Holcomb, Todd Rokita, Chief Justice Rush, our former Attorney General, they know where the drugs are going in. They know why they're going in, to keep the inner city plantation. It is absolutely a cancer. You can't argue it. With cancer, the only reason my wife is alive today, because the doctor told us what it was, where it was, and how we were going to get rid of it. The same thing has to be said for the drugs, because the drugs lead to death, overdose death, gang violence, murders. If we don't get rid of the drugs, the inner city plantation will continue to grow and grow and grow. Nobody can tell me, well, we can't get rid of drugs. They're always going to be here. We went to the moon. We went to Mars. We're leaving our solar system right now with spacecraft. Don't tell me we can't get rid of drugs. We can't get rid of drugs as long as these people are in charge. I'm not mad. I'm not ashamed that I use the N-word. I will continue to use it. I'll be as polite as possible in company of ladies. However, it's a cancer. That's the second worst word in the world. Cancer's #1. But drugs are the exact same thing as cancer. They're killing our children. My sister Jean lost her youngest son. He died. 3 days later, they found his body. The drug he took was laced with fentanyl. Who brought that in? The DOJ and the FBI brought those drugs in. They protect the Mexican drug cartels. That's how this happens. Mike Pence turned a blind eye to what the FBI was doing. In return, the FBI turned a blind eye to Mike Pence laundering money with Paul Ryan for the NAFTA highway, which is now I-69, and for selling half the seats at Purdue Vet School. By the way, we're going to get to those videos in just a little bit. Sorry to keep it so long. This is important. Don't let anybody tell you that that is wrong. Everybody's mad I used it, but not one person is saying it's not true. Because that word is second to cancer. It is its own cancer. Thank you for listening. We have a lot more videos coming. We're exposing Mike Pence, the FBI, the DOJ, and all the murder. They're guilty of crimes against humanity. We'll talk soon. Thank you very much.